Yo, I don't care what nobody say. TMZ is definitely in bed with Rock Nation. They got it out for Nicki. They definitely got it out for her. But listen, Potent Pondering, please come and thumbs up this video. You already know. Thumbs up this video. Get this video to 1,000 likes. I'm always going to ask for it. Thumbs up is free. I don't ask for anything else but the thumbs up the video. You watching. How I got 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 views and you ain't thumb up the video. That's it. So listen, I want to get into it. Yesterday, you already know we spoke about it. We talked about how this man, the old day-to-day manager on Nicki's tour, he filed a lawsuit saying Nicki popped him in his head, Nicki swatted his arm and all of that. And I said, where are the criminal charges? There are no criminal charges. So it seems as though that they want money from a lawsuit. Well, anyway, TMZ, the outlet who hates Nicki Minaj, they come today with some BS, right? So it says Nicki Minaj prosecutors weighing criminal charges after former manager files lawsuit, right? How are they pursuing criminal charges if he never even called the police? Right? Where is the police report? That's all I want to know. So let's get through this article from TMZ. So Nicki Minaj could face criminal charges for the incident alleged in her former manager's recent lawsuit, TMZ has learned. So law enforcement sources tell TMZ the Detroit police have sent a warrant to the Wayne County prosecutor's office that is being reviewed to determine whether criminal charges will be issued. Really? They really gonna file criminal charges over him being, what did she say? He swatted him in his face, made his head fall back, and then swatted his arm and his wrist hurt or something like that. This is crazy. Let me tell you something. Every time it's a Nicki silence, they gotta bring her up in some sort of way. They know that she's gonna bring that type of traction and that type of viewership to the matter. All right. So they say it will fall to the prosecutor to decide if they're going to file charges. They know damn well they're not going to file no charges. Listen, I think that they shouldn't, because I feel as though, like my original thought, where's the police report initially, right? So this all relates to the lawsuit that Brandon Garrett, a man claiming that he used to manage Nicki Minaj, filed Friday, claiming that she got physical with him in Detroit back in 2024. Now, we do know that there was a lot of little games that was happening with the promotional company, Live Nation, who's connected to Rock Nation and all of that. We know that it was games that was being played. Nicki felt funny. She was like, a certain people who got to get, remember, Nicki said it herself, that certain people had to get fired while she was on tour. She didn't know who sent them. Like, this whole industry is it's a melting pot of different people, but some of them are connected to certain businesses, companies, corporations, and all of that, right? So I remember her saying that certain people had to get fired on tour. So according to the lawsuit, Garrett claims that he was summoned in her dressing room after a show and says that she flew into a rage when she learned that he once sent someone to go pick up her prescriptions, right? So Detroit, whatever, right? So Garrett claims that Nicki repeatedly told him that his life was over before striking him in the face with an open palm. He says Nicki then slapped his wrist, knocking the documents out of his hands. Now, I will say this. I've seen many tweets from different people saying, how they believed it or whatever the case may be. But it's just like, how do you believe, like, you just believe it because you don't like Nicki, My whole thing is this. I personally feel like Nicki is one of those people. She knows her power. She knows, what could happen. She knows what type of energy and news clicks and all of that this is going to bring, right? I don't think that she would do something like that, but a lot of people believe the story and think that Nicki is spastic like that. Now, I don't know the pressure of being someone in the business and feeling like people are trying to sabotage you on your tour and stuff like that, but I also bring accountability back. Fill your own medications, fill your own. I don't think, listen, I'm also not Nicki Minaj or a star of that caliber, but fill your own medication. Your husband, I understand that he's attached to you. He's he's visible and people know him too, but have him go pick it up. That's just how I personally feel. Keep people in the business that they need to be in. To me, that was just silly, but I still don't believe it at the end of the day. I don't, right? So he's suing Nicki for assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, and he is going after her for damages. So they reached out to Nicki's team. They didn't hear a word back, but then you also remember that Judd had came out yesterday and he made a response saying that pretty much that they haven't been served or anything, with in regards to this lawsuit, so it's frivolous and all of that. And he also said that he expects that Nicki will come out on top in this matter. So I just want to know, what do you think? Why do you feel as though that they got to do this every time it's a Nicki silence? It's like they always want her to, and you know what? This is the flip side to it, right? I feel like Nicki lives in this whole bad guy thing where they want her to be the bad guy. And sometimes I hate it, because I feel like, I just feel like I hate it for her, because it seems like it's almost like they want to alienate her to make it seem like she's this bad person, like Nicki's this bad person, and whatever. Now I also know this, right? When you handle in business, especially on the type of level that she's handling business, there's going to be a way that you handle business associates, and it's going to be a way that you handle the fans. Of course, you're going to be more light and more gentle and all of that with your fans, because they don't have that type of behind the scenes association and making sure that things get done right. Like, I remember when Nicki was on stage during her show, and that girl, it was a new hairstylist that she was using. Think about this too, Tay didn't go on tour with her, so she had to scout out a new person. This person was on stage when it was about to be her time for her cue to be on cue, and this girl, and it looked like Nicki was cursing around. She was like, "Get out of here, are you crazy?" Whatever. And people was like, damn, she's mean or whatever. But that's business. That's different than getting a like or getting a quote tweet on Twitter where she's responding to you and saying, like, and just responding and whatever that she could be saying to you, right? It's different. I always was the type of person, I could separate business from, how you deal with your fans. And I'm not saying that people who you do business with are still not regular people, but I feel like, it's a very competitive industry. Nicki is under the radar. She feels like she's being sabotaged. She feels like there's different people associated with her tours who could be, setting her up for failure and all of that. So I could understand, like, I could understand how she would feel, where it's like you have this anxiety and she probably just couldn't shake it. But one thing I want to say as it pertains to this case, I do believe that, anytime some sort of news comes out about Nicki Minaj, it's like sensationalized. It's like, they try to say the worst things ever. Like, he had to throw in there like, oh, to go get a prescription. You just want to open up so people could try to say that, oh, what was she getting a prescription for, and this and that. Listen, and then also I want to say this too. Make sure that you thumbs up this video. You still here? Thumbs up the video, please. Right? I want to say this too. Somebody asked me in the comments. They was just like, "Why are you talking about this? This is whatever." I'm like, if you haven't heard about this, you've been under a rock. It's not my fault that you're not on different platforms. And if you listen, you obviously came to YouTube to hear about the, to even click my video and find out what's going on. You knew about it. Do not try to control my content at all. I don't care if you're a fan of Cardi or a fan of Nicki. You don't control me at all. I do the content that I want to do. If you don't like it, don't click on it at all. I just don't understand. Like, it's like people like to hate watch. It's like the people who watch it and this video gets thousands of views and you got 500, 600 likes. No, thumbs up the video. I'm asking you, it's free. It's like you need to put a call to action for people to support you, whether in whatever type of way it is, whether you're selling a product or whether you pushing a video or whatever. Thumbs it up. That's it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with what I'm asking for. I'm not asking you to send me thousands of dollars on Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people who support me there too. But listen, that ain't about that. Don't try to control my content. If you don't want to watch the video, don't watch it. But don't talk about and like, oh, you talking about this? I don't care if I do 50 videos a day talking about Cardi B. You don't think I know? You know that I'm a very self-aware person. I'm a senior project manager. I know what I'm doing. Worry about what you're doing. If you don't want to watch the content, don't watch it at all, right? But listen, you must be under a rock if you don't think that people is not talking about this. No, but people are talking about it. And I want to come and give my spin on it and how I feel. So listen, I don't think that Nicki I don't think that she reacted like that. I don't think she put her hands on the person. I feel like she knows that this will lead to a lawsuit. She knows that the media day that, people are trying to have. And I want to know, how can the person be pursued for criminal charges if they never filed a police report or anything like related to this matter? I want to know that. So listen, potent, pondering, never pandering. Get in the comments, let me know what you think about this. Do you think Nicki is going to jail? You think Nicki's going to be arrested? Come on. I don't think that she will, but you never know. You never know what will, how the story will play out. You remember when Cardi B threw that mic at a person and then, they said that they wasn't going to file charges or whatever the case may be. I don't know why they didn't do that. But in this case where you said your head got swatted back and in your wrist, you dropped the papers. This is just stupid. It's stupid. To me, it's just personally, I personally feel it's stupid. So listen, let me get up out of here. I need to go do my round 2 at the gym. Potent, pondering, never pandering. I hope that y'all all have a blessed Saturday. I'm gonna upload another video too, so make sure that y'all check that out. I'm up out of here. Peace.